Hey there, and welcome to Speak English Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Sarah. We're here to help you speak English with more confidence, especially when you're traveling.
That's right. Imagine this. You're at the airport, your flight is about to leave, but you're not sure how to ask for help in English. Sounds stressful, right? Well, today, we're going to fix that.
Today's episode is all about travel English. Speak confidently at the airport. Whether it's check-in, security, or boarding, we'll guide you through it all.
You'll learn the exact phrases to use, understand how airport English works, and feel more confident every time you fly. This is practical, real-world English that you can start using right away.
So stay with us, and by the end of this episode, you'll feel ready to handle any airport situation in English. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to the Speak English podcast so you never miss an episode.
When you're preparing to speak English at the airport, the best way to improve is by practicing real conversations. That's what we'll do today. We'll guide you through useful phrases and show you how to use them in actual airport situations.
We use a method called situational speaking. It means you learn how to speak by imagining yourself in specific real-life places, like check-in counters or security lines, and then practicing what to say in those exact moments.
This technique is powerful because it helps your brain connect the words you learn with real situations you might experience. You're not just learning vocabulary. You're learning how to use it when it really matters.
And it's not just about memorizing phrases, it's about building the confidence to speak clearly and naturally, even if you're feeling nervous. The more you repeat, the more comfortable you'll feel the next time you travel.
In this episode, we'll walk you through short, realistic airport dialogues. We'll break them down, explain each phrase, and then invite you to repeat the sentences out loud. That way, you're actively practicing as you listen.
Repeating out loud is so important. When you say the words with your own voice, you train your mouth and brain to work together. It's like going to the gym, but for your speaking muscles and confidence in English.
You don't need to memorize everything perfectly. Instead, focus on speaking with rhythm and understanding how the phrases are used. That will make it much easier to adapt when you're actually at the airport.
You'll also notice that many airport phrases follow simple patterns. Once you understand these patterns, you can use them in many different situations, like asking questions, answering, or making polite requests.
We'll also give you time to repeat each line after us, just like a real conversation. Don't just listen. Speak with us. That's the fastest way to improve your fluency and your confidence when speaking English.
So now that you know the technique we'll use, get ready to dive in. We're about to simulate real airport conversations so you can start practicing and speaking with confidence. Let's go to the next part and try it out together.
Let's begin our first real airport situation, the check-in counter. Imagine you're standing in line with your luggage, and now it's your turn to speak with the airline agent. What do you say? We'll walk you through it step by step.
The airline agent might say, "Good morning. May I see your passport and ticket, please?" A simple and polite way to start the interaction. Your response could be, "Sure, here you go." Let's repeat that together. "Sure, here you go."
Great job. Now, let's imagine the agent asks about your luggage. They might say, "Are you checking any bags today?" Your answer could be, "Yes, just one suitcase." Repeat after me. Yes, just one suitcase. You're doing great.
Next situation, going through airport security. You might hear an officer say, "Please remove your shoes and place all electronics in the bin." And you could say, "Sure. Do I need to take out my laptop too?" Now you try saying it out loud.
Practicing these short exchanges prepares you for real conversations. You don't have to speak fast or perfectly. Focus on being clear, polite, and calm. Let's try that question again. Do I need to take out my laptop too? Say it confidently.
Now let's move to the boarding gate. Picture this. You're not sure if you're in the right place. You could say, "Excuse me, Is this the gate for Flight 456 to New York? Clear, direct, and polite. Let's say it together. Is this the gate for Flight 456 to New York?
If the gate agent responds, "Yes, boarding will start soon," you can reply with, "Thank you very much." It's a small phrase, but it shows politeness and helps the conversation flow smoothly. Try saying, "Thank you very much."
These small dialogues may seem simple, but they're incredibly useful. The more you practice them, the more natural they'll feel. Imagine saying them in a real airport. It will be easier because you've already spoken them many times.
That's the power of practicing real-world conversations. You're building habits that will help you stay calm and speak clearly, even when there's noise, stress, or time pressure around you. This type of preparation makes a big difference.
Keep practicing out loud with us. Speak slowly and clearly. If you can, repeat each line several times. Let's keep going, because the more situations you practice, the more confident you'll become. Ready? Let's move to the next part.
When you practice speaking English in real travel situations like we just did, you're not only improving your vocabulary, you're also training your brain to respond automatically, which is key when you need to communicate quickly.
This type of practice helps reduce anxiety. The more familiar a situation feels, the less nervous you become. So, when you actually go to the airport, you'll recognize the words and feel more comfortable using them.
Practicing phrases out loud, especially in context, builds what we call muscle memory. It's just like training for a sport. The more you repeat these phrases, the more naturally they will come out when you really need them.
Another big benefit is that you improve your pronunciation and rhythm in English. When you speak aloud with us, you hear how native speakers talk, and you start to match their tone and pacing more easily over time.
And don't forget, it's not just about understanding English, it's about producing it. Listening is important, but speaking out loud helps you become an active communicator, which is essential when you're traveling.
You also gain confidence. Every time you speak out loud and get it right, your brain says, "Yes, I can do this." That feeling is powerful. It motivates you to keep learning and speaking without fear of making mistakes.
These short, focused practices are especially useful for busy people. You don't need hours of study. Just a few minutes each day of speaking in context can bring big improvements in your fluency and comfort.
One more benefit is flexibility. Once you learn the common sentence patterns for travel, you can adapt them to different situations, like hotels, taxis, or restaurants, without needing to memorize everything from scratch.
You're also developing listening skills without even realizing it. By hearing how native speakers ask and respond in conversations, you're training your ears to pick up on common expressions and sentence structures.
So now that you understand how these speaking exercises can really help you grow, let's move on to something even more practical, a clear, step-by-step method that you can follow to practice on your own every day.
Let's walk you through a simple daily routine you can follow to improve your travel English. Step 1 is choosing a specific situation, like checking in at the airport. Focus on one small scenario at a time. It makes learning much more effective.
Step 2 is listening to a short dialogue related to that situation. You can use this podcast, an English video, or even write your own based on what you hear today. The goal is to become familiar with how real conversations sound.
Step 3 is repetition. Listen to each line, pause the audio, and repeat it out loud several times. Try to match the pronunciation, rhythm, and tone. Don't rush. This is where your fluency starts to develop. Repeat with intention.
Step 4 is shadowing. That means speaking at the same time as the speaker, trying to copy their pace and intonation exactly. It feels challenging at first, but it's one of the best ways to train your brain and mouth to work together.
Step 5 is to record yourself. Use your phone and repeat a full dialogue as if you're the one at the airport. Then listen back and compare your speech to the original. This helps you notice areas to improve, and it builds confidence.
Step 6. Simulate the situation. Stand up, walk around, pretend you're at the airport. Act it out with your voice and body. Physical movement makes the experience more real and helps lock the language into your memory.
Step 7 is review. Every few days, go back and repeat earlier situations. Don't just move forward. Revisit old dialogues and keep building on what you already know. This repetition helps move phrases into your long-term memory.
Step 8. Expand the scenario. Once you're comfortable, add new questions, problems, or changes to the conversation. For example, imagine your flight was canceled. How would you ask for help? This makes your English more flexible.
Step 9 is to stay consistent. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough if you stay focused. It's better to practice a little every day than to wait and try to do everything at once. Small, regular effort always wins.
And step 10, enjoy the process. Learning English should be fun and meaningful. When you connect it to real life, like preparing for travel, you stay motivated. Now let's talk about some common mistakes and how you can avoid them.
One common mistake travelers make is speaking too quietly or too fast because they're nervous. If the person you're speaking to can't hear or understand you, the conversation becomes harder. Speak slowly and clearly, even if you feel unsure.
Another mistake is relying too much on complicated grammar or long sentences. When you're at the airport, simplicity is your best friend. Use clear, short sentences that get straight to the point. It helps avoid confusion for both sides.
Many learners also forget to listen actively. They're so focused on what they want to say that they miss important information, like gate changes or boarding announcements. Always pause, listen, and process before responding.
A big one is panic when you don't understand a word. It's okay not to understand everything. Instead of freezing, ask for clarification. Say, "Can you repeat that, please?" Or, "Sorry, I didn't catch that." It keeps the conversation going.
Some learners avoid speaking at all, afraid of making mistakes. But silence won't help you improve. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Each one teaches you something new. So speak up, even if it's not perfect. Just keep going.
Another mistake is translating from your native language before speaking. This slows down your thinking and leads to awkward phrases. The best way to avoid it is by practicing phrases directly in English, like we're doing here.
People also forget the importance of tone. If you sound too robotic or flat, it may come across as rude, even if the words are polite. Practice adding emotion to your voice. Be friendly, warm, and natural when speaking English.
Rushing through words is also a problem. Many learners try to speak fast to sound fluent, but it often causes more mistakes. Fluency isn't about speed, it's about smooth, clear communication. Focus on being understood.
Another trap is using slang or informal expressions in formal airport settings. While casual English is great in conversations, airports require polite and respectful language. Always choose professional expressions when in doubt.
Finally, some people don't review what they've practiced. Repetition is the secret to fluency. If you only practice once, you'll forget quickly. But if you repeat often, your confidence and accuracy will grow naturally. Let's now turn that into action.
Now that you've learned these practical travel phrases, it's time for a challenge. We want you to create your own role-play scenario. Imagine you're at the airport and go through all the steps: check-in, security, gate, and boarding. Say each line out loud.
To help you, you can write a short script with simple phrases you've heard in this episode. Then, practice reading both parts, the traveler and the airport staff. Doing both sides helps you understand the flow of real conversations.
You can also use your phone to record the entire role play. Don't worry about mistakes, just speak confidently and clearly. Listen to the recording and notice areas where you can improve. This feedback loop makes your progress much faster.
Try this challenge 3 times this week. Each time, add a new situation. Maybe one day your flight is delayed. Another day, you ask about your baggage. The key is to keep the scenes fresh so your brain keeps learning new language patterns.
If possible, practice with a partner. It could be a friend, tutor, or even an online language partner. Tell them to pretend they work at the airport and respond naturally. This makes your practice more realistic and dynamic.
If you don't have a partner, use a mirror. Look at yourself while speaking and notice your facial expressions and confidence level. This may sound simple, but it actually builds self-awareness and speaking comfort.
You can also make flashcards with common airport phrases on one side and responses on the other. Test yourself by going through the cards and speaking out loud. The more you do this, the faster your recall becomes in real conversations.
Another great technique is to use background noise, like airport sounds or announcements. Play them while you practice to simulate real environments. This helps you stay focused and prepares your brain for real-life distractions.
And remember, make it fun. You're not just learning English, you're preparing for real adventures. Think of this challenge as a rehearsal for the moment you walk confidently through an airport, speaking English with ease.
So here's your mission. Choose one scenario, practice it out loud, record yourself, and repeat it daily. We believe in you. With consistency and creativity, you'll be surprised how fast your fluency grows. Let's wrap things up together now.
Today, we covered a lot. We introduced you to real, useful travel English phrases, explained how to practice effectively, showed you a step-by-step routine, talked about common mistakes, and even gave you a challenge to push your learning further.
If you've ever felt nervous at the airport, now you have the tools to speak with more confidence. And if you've already traveled, share your experience in the comments. What was the hardest part? Did today's episode help you feel more prepared?
And hey, if you've made it this far, that means you're serious about improving your fluency. Type the word airport in the comments to let us know you stayed with us until the end. We read every comment and love seeing your progress.
Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next episode. We're here every week to help you grow and speak English with more confidence in real-life situations.
Thanks for spending this time with us. Keep practicing, keep showing up for yourself, and don't be afraid to speak out loud, even when it feels hard. That's how you grow. We're proud of the progress you're making.
See you in the next episode of Speak English Podcast. Until then, keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep believing in your English journey. Bye for now.